Hello? Hello, can you hear me? Hello? Can you hear me? Can you hear me? I did not hear you. Hello? Hello? Hello, can you hear me? Hello? Hello? Hello, can you hear me? Hello, can you hear me now? Hello. Hello. Hello, can you hear me? Hello, can you hear me? Your sound is not clear and your sound is very slow. So kindly increase your volume. Okay, can you hear me? Okay, very slowly your sound. Okay. Okay. So now we will start.
Recording in progress.
Okay. Can you see my screen now?
Yes, I can see. Oh, yes. It's okay.
Can you see my screen?
Yes, please.
Okay. Okay, so now we'll start. Okay.
Okay.
Hello.
Yes, hello.
Okay. So hi and welcome to the
Thank you very much.
advanced courses. Basically this course I will take in this course 5 days, and I also try to show you all of the advanced topic, as well as I also try to complete your project work which you discuss with me. Okay, and I hope in these courses, when you completed this course, you can learn all of the things as well as also complete your project work. Okay, so let's start. So I am course coordinator. So first of all, you can see this is our course content. So basically this course content I will try to teach, as well as I also try to complete your project work. Okay, so first of all, you can see first of all we will try to discuss about the spectral indices and develop the skill for the calculating any index. Okay, and then move to the visualization of DEM, digital elevation model of hillshed, and solve map using the Google Earth Engine platform. And basically in here I use the NASA SRTM dataset. Okay, then move to how to make the NDVI chart over a period of time, then move to the air quality monitoring. Okay, and then move to the land cover classification. So mainly in this course I will try to teach you all of the land cover classification topics, so that you can easily make the any land cover classification. You can easily calculate it the area for your specific feature or classes. Okay, and also make the accuracy assessment of your land cover classification map. Okay, and then move to how to add the legend on your map, then calculated the area in Google Earth Engine platform. So basically this is our online 3 days course content, but in this time I also add here the another 2 days, because we also complete also your project work. So his project work you discuss with me, we also complete this and also try to teach you all of the things. Okay, so let's start. So first day course content, basically I will try to teach you calculating the area. Okay, so how you can easily calculate the area using the Google Earth Engine platform. So basically how you can easily calculate the any specific feature or any specific bare land or built up area or vegetation, how you can easily calculate the area using the Google Earth Engine platform. We try to discuss all of the things. Then move to the spectral indices and develop the skill for the calculating any index. Then move to how to remove cloud from your satellite images. Okay, then visualization of hillshade map and solve map. Then make the NDVI chart over a period of time. Then air quality monitoring. Okay, then so basically this is our first day course content. So first of all, area calculation. So when you move to the area calculation, we can calculate the area in three ways. First way is that area calculation for the feature. Okay, suppose you want to make the calculated the boundary or any vector area. Okay, then we work with the area calculation for feature. Okay, suppose you want to calculate the boundary of your specific area, how many area will be available in your boundary or region of interest, you want to calculate this, then we use here the area calculation for feature. Okay, then move to the area calculation for image. So mainly when you want to calculate the any single class, suppose you want to make the land cover classification map, so now you want to calculate it only for the one class. Suppose you want to calculate it how many urban or how many build up area will be available in your area. Okay, so then we will move to the single class. And another is the area calculation by class. Okay, suppose you want to make the land cover classification, and in this you add the different types of classes. So now you want to calculate it the all of the classes, and you want to get the how many all of the class will be available, you want to calculate it. Okay, so move to our code editor. I will try to give you the practical example so that you can easily understand. Okay, so I simply open my code editor. So can you send me your shape file? Okay, can you send me your shape file? Can you hear me? Hello, can you hear me?
Yes, please. I can hear you.
Hello, can you hear me?
Hello. Yes, please. Yes.
Okay, can you hear me now? Yeah.
Yes, please. I can hear you.
Okay, so can you send me your shapefile? Which shapefile you want to work with your project work, so that I also use the shapefile for in my code, so that you can easily understand.
All right.
Okay, so kindly send me this shapefile. I will send you my email, so you can kindly send me this email so that you can easily understand.
Okay.
Okay, I send you my email, so you can just send me the shapefile in my email. Then we will all of the work using your region of interest, so that you can easily understand. Okay.
Okay.
Okay, did you send it? send you that.
Yes, please.
Okay, I check it and then work with this. Okay, I get this. Okay, so just I simply upload this shape file. So now it will be uploaded. After completing this, then we will start. Okay. Okay, done. So this is our boundary shape file. I simply change the name. This is the RY. Okay. And I also want to show the map layer. Simply use here this function. And I also want to focusing this center. Okay, so this is our shape file. Yeah, can you see it? Hello, can you hear me? Hello, can you hear me? I cannot hear you. Why?
Can you hear me?
Okay, can you hear me now? Yeah. Okay, okay. So this is your shape file, yeah.
Yes, please.
Okay. So actually, I hope, I think there are some networking issues, so that's why I will not hear you properly. So you can see this is my area. First of all, I want to calculate it, the boundary. So how many area will be available in here? I want to calculate it, the boundary. And you can see this is a vector file or vector data. Okay, there is the no raster image or other things. Suppose I want to calculate it, the feature collection, and you can see in my slide when I will talk about that. First of all, I want to calculate it, the area calculation for feature. So feature can be your vector file or your boundary. Okay, actually there is the no image. Then we will move to the how you can calculate it, the image. Okay, suppose single class, how you want to calculate the only for the urban area, only for the vegetation area. Okay, so let's start. So first of all, I want to calculate it, the area of this boundary. I want to calculate it. So I simply import this, and you can see here I use a variable name. This variable name is the ROI. So now my shape file will be stored in my ROI, and in this time when you want to calculate it, the area, any vector area, so this is the vector or shape file, I want to calculate it, the area. So for this I simply take a variable and give the variable any name. You can simply use here the name is that any name you can simply put here. I simply use here this variable name is the area. Okay, then I simply call my shapefile variable name. My shapefile, it will be stored in a variable, it's called the ROI. I simply copy the ROI and paste here. Okay, after this I simply use a function. I simply use the geometry function. So you can see this is a geometry or shapefile. So I simply use here the geometry. So it not work. Why? So I would use here the geometry, geometry. Okay, then I simply use the function, this function called the area. So area is a function, it calculated the area of a geometry. Okay, so you always remember that when you want to calculate it, any vector area, you must be use a function. This function is the geometry. After the geometry you need to use here the area. Okay, so if you want to check, I simply print this. I simply use here the area and paste here this variable and click to the run. I can get the area, you can see, but this unit is the square meter. Okay, this unit is the square meter. So suppose now I want to convert the unit is a square kilometer. So you can see, if you want to check what is the area function, I simply use here the area, simply search in here the area. So here you can see returns the area default as geometry. Okay, we can get the geometry. Okay, and this unit is the square meter, but in this time I want to convert this unit as a square kilometer. So I simply take another variable. I simply take a variable and give the variable name is the area. Put the square kilometer. I simply use here the square kilometer. So you can see I simply take the variable. You can use any variable name. After this you can see this is the number. Okay, so this is the number, and in this time I want to convert this number in square kilometer. When you want to work with the any number, then you need to use a function, this function called the dot number. Okay, I simply use here the dot number. After this number, it is stored in a variable. What is the name of this variable? Can you guess it? What is the name of this variable?
Is area.
Area. I simply call the area and paste here. After this I want to convert this area in a square kilometer. So that's why I simply use here the divide function and divide the value 1 million. I simply use here the 1e 6. This is the scientific notation, is 1 million or 1 into 10 to the power 6. Okay, then I simply print this. So I simply copy this variable name and paste here. After this, simply click to the run. Now you can get this your boundary result in square kilometer unit. You can see we can get the result 1770 square kilometer of your total boundary area. We can calculate it the area. Okay, and you can see if you want to ignore, if you need the only for the integer value, then you can simply put a function, this function called the round function. So you can see when I use the round function, we can get the result in a integer value only for the 1771. So you can see here, this is the process when you want to calculate any vector area. Okay, you can see simply I simply put my area, then I simply use here the geometry function. After this, I simply use here the area, and then I can get the area in square meter. After this, I want to convert this area in square kilometer unit. So that's why I simply use the line of this code. And round is a function, it will be take only for the integer value. Okay, you can see in this time there is the no decimal value. You can it only take the integer value. Okay, and then I simply print this, I can get this result. Okay, so I hope you understand this part. Okay, so now we will move to the imagery. Suppose you want to make the land cover classification in this area. Now you want to calculate it the every single classes, how many built up area will be available in your area, how many water body will be available in your area. You want to calculate it this. Suppose in this time, and I already send you a code, you can see in your WhatsApp messenger, I already send you a code, which code I will try to you use here the ground truth data. You want to run the model. Okay, but in this time I want to simply use here the modis land cover data, then calculated the every single images. And you can also try to use your link, which link I send you, you simply open the link and you can follow the same procedure for calculating the area. Okay, and this is the same procedure. Okay, so in this time I simply use here the modis land cover data set. So I simply use here the modis land cover, I simply call the data set modis land cover. Okay, so we use here this data set modis land cover yearly type 500 meter this resolution. We can use this data set for our calculating the making the land cover classification map. Then we move to the calculating the area. Okay, so you can see this is my data set. Okay, so in this time I simply click to here, I can get all of the information about this modis land cover data set, and here we can get all of the data about this modis. So you can see this data set will be start from here, and present date it will be present. So you can see this is the collection snippet. So if you want, you can simply click to the import, or if you want, simply copy the collection snippet and paste in your code editor. I simply copy, and then I simply paste in my code editor. In this time it will be imported, and I also provide a variable name. So I simply use a var keyword. After this, I simply use the variable name is the modis land cover. I simply put here the modis land cover. I simply use here the land cover. I stored this my data. You can see this is my modis land cover data set. It will be stored in the variable modis land cover. And now I want to filter this data set. Suppose I want to filter this data set as a year of 2018. I simply use here the variable name, and then I simply use here the variable name is the filter rate. After this, I simply call my you can see it will be stored in a variable. I simply call this. Okay, after this I simply paste here in here. Okay, and in this time I want to filter. First of all, I want to filter this specific date. I simply use here the filter. Then how I can filter? I want to filter art engine, filter date. I want to filter a specific time period. It can be, I simply put here the year of 2019. okay, 1st January, yeah, in will be 2019 December 31. I simply put my date, okay, and then I also select, you can see this is our data set. I will try to discuss all of the things about this data set. This data set had some band, and this band has a represent some specific, you can see, okay, so you can see there are the different types of band. Suppose LC type 1, so this is the band, and in this band, annual international geosphere and biosphere program classification, IGPB, it will provide the annual international geosphere and biosphere program classification. You can see this is the LC type 1, so this is the band name, and in this band name you can see it will be classified total 17 classes. You can see here, first value 1, it will be represented the evergreen needleaf forest, okay, also you can see evergreen broadleaf forest, okay. You can see all of the class will be classified under the this band LC type 1. So in this time I simply select this band name LC type 1 in my code editor. So I simply take a variable, and give the variable name is the land cover. Suppose I simply put the land cover year of 2019. You can use any variable name. After this I simply call a function. Its function is the ee.image, okay. After this I simply call my filtered variable. From the filtered between the year of 2019, I want to select the first image. I simply use here the first, okay. From between this time period, I want to select the first images, and then I want to also select my specific band. I simply use here the variable name is the classified. You can use any variable name. I simply use here the classified, and then I simply call my variable land cover, okay. Then I simply use a select function, select, and then I simply copy my band. You can see LC type 1. I simply copy this type 1, and it will be represented the annual international geosphere and biosphere program classification, okay. So I simply paste in my this band in my code here, okay. So now it will be set, okay. So now I want to add here this map. So I simply use here the map dot add layer, okay. After this I simply call the classified, okay. Then I also put here the minimum and maximum value. So mean, it will be start from, you can see in my data set for the LC type 1, it will be start from the 1 value and up to 17. So I simply put here the 1, and max value will be that, simply put here the 17, okay. So now I also add here the color plated. So I simply use here the plated function, and then I also add here the some plated. So color plated, they are already provide you the some color plated in here below of this code. I simply copy this color plated from here, okay. So I simply copy this color plated, and I make a list. I simply copy and paste in here. I simply paste here, okay. So and I also make a variable in here. So I simply use here the var keyword, okay. After this I simply use here the variable is that plated, and it will be stored under this variable, okay. And then I simply call the plated because it will be stored different types of color, and paste here, okay. So now it will be okay. So when I click to the run, I can get the land cover classification map for the whole world. You can see we can get the whole world land cover classification map, but in this time I want to need only for your own area, okay. So you can see it will be a favorite, okay. So you can see this is the land cover classification map for year of 2019 for the whole world. Okay, and in this time I want to need only for your own area. Okay, so I simply take a variable. Suppose this variable name is that I can simply put the variable name is the area LULC. Okay, then I simply call the classified because it will be stored the total land cover classification on the earth. From this I simply use the clip function. It will be clip with my region of interest. My region of interest is the ROI. I simply copy the ROI, and after this I simply paste here. Okay, ROI, and then I simply just add here the map dot add layer function. Okay, and then I simply call the area LULC. Okay, after this I simply copy this line of this code from here. So simply copy and paste here. So now in this time when I click to the run, I can get this result only for my own country boundary shapefile which you provide me. So here you can see there is a 3 layer. So you can see I can get the land cover classification map only for your own area. Okay, so here you can see different types of classes will be available in here. Okay, so you can see in this time you can see this is my land cover classification. Normally in this time here I use the MODIS dataset. Okay, but when you want to move the forward our other classes, then I also try to show you that the different types of machine learning method using the different types of classifier for making your land cover classification map. So in this time I want to normally use the MODIS dataset, and in this time I want to calculate it the area. Suppose in this time I want to calculate it the single images. So how many water body will be available here, or how many built up area will be available here, or how many barren land will be available here in your area. I want to calculate it this. Okay, so for this, suppose I want to check how many images, how many build up area, will be available only for the build up area. So I want to calculate it only for the build up area. So in this time I will try to show you this part. You can see I want to calculate it the area calculation for image single class. Okay, I want to calculate it only for the single class. Then we move to the all of the class. So first of all I will try to show you this part, how you can calculate it only for the single class. So you can see in this time I want to calculate it only for the single class build up area. Okay, so for this I simply use a variable. So I simply use a variable. This variable I can simply put the variable is that take the variable and give the variable name is the urban. Okay, you can use any variable name. After this I simply call the area LULC. Okay, because this is my area. Then I simply use here the equal. So what's equal what? In this time I want to select it only for the urban. So you can simply go to the information sheet in here and find out the urban place. So in this time here you can see for the LC type 1 we can get the build up area in here. Okay,